5 minutes, 2.5 liter stocks. Well, you see a little bit of boat racing going on already. First boat away from the dock was the red and the white one, driven by Chris Pateros. They call him the Biscuit. He and Jeff Bernard came out side by side out of the pit area. That is Jeff Bernard driving the yellow boat up the backstretch. That's boat number 12. Can't miss it, bright yellow right behind him. Chris Pateros, they call him the Biscuit. And keep an eye on those two guys because they're going to be fighting for lane number 1. They've already decided they're going to come out here and hook up with each other. Now they've got to run 1 lap complete. They've got to run 1 complete lap. They have yet to start that lap. They will do so right now, and they will do it with Jeff Bernard on the inside of Chris Pateros. I was telling some folks this morning that boat on the outside, that red and white one driven by Mr. Pateros, it just runs beautifully all the time, always gets a good boat ride. He's going to have his hands full with young Mr. Bernard. Coming off the corner here is boat number 36, driven by Austin Ekert, the young man. And then right next to him, the all-white boat, Christina Wilson. Holy cow, is that close! Christina went right behind Austin Ekert. They got very, very close coming down the front straightaway. And now not quite sure what Austin's doing here, but he's going to have to get going. Meanwhile, this is not a boat race going on up here, but this is a couple of guys coming down to complete their first lap. And they have to have 1 in the books, but then they can't go past that 2-minute mark, which is halfway up the backstretch. So we're at 3:04 right now. So Pateros and Bernard definitely doing a little racing here before we go racing. 2 minutes and 55 seconds. 2:55 for the start. Waiting for Dave Trisco to get away from the pit area. He's trying to get it up and running down here. Those of you down beyond the pit area at the far end of the race course can see him down there. He's way to the outside, and the boat is now down in the water again. That is boat number 4, driven by Dave Trisco. And now you'll see what our 2.5 liter stocks can do so very well, which is the park and start. You see them going very, very slowly up there. I don't believe there's some question up here, but I believe Austin did come up from the other end, and I believe Austin is legal. He is the first boat up the backstretch. There was some question whether or not he ran a full lap. Believe he did. We're 6:5, 4, 3, 2, 1 mark, and that's going to be really close. That's going to be really close. Whether or not Austin Ekert was behind that 2-minute buoy, if I had to call it visually from here, I don't think he was. That's going to be tough on the young man. Meanwhile, everybody else certainly seemed to be legal at the 1:43 mark. Remember, we cannot cross start finish line before 1:10. Ekert is sitting in 1. I think Pateros is, nope, it is Bernard in 2. Pateros is going to be in 3, and Christina Wilson on the outside in 4. You can still change lanes. It is a good score-up. So the angle was poor from where I was here. It was a good score-up. Austin Ekert sitting in lane number 1 is clean. Can't cross before 1:10. We're inside 15. We're at 13, 12, 11, 10. From this one, it's easy. It's easy to call. They're all legal. Austin Ekert is in lane number 1. Jeff Bernard will sit in lane number 2. Chris Pateros in lane number 3. And on the outside will be Christina Wilson driving boat number 20. 55 seconds to the start. And now there's no more timing marks except the start-finish line. The idea now, bring your boat around the race course in the lane you are in. Put it on the start-finish line with a foot to the firewall. Have a lot of boat speed and a lot of clean water right when the clock strikes 0. And that'll be 35 seconds from right now. Ekert in 1, Bernard in 2, Pateros in 3, and on the outside, the young lady Christina Wilson. 25 seconds. This is going to be a good run to the line. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Terry Troxell Memorial. It's 2.5 liter stocks, and we are 16 seconds away from our start. Start counting them down. They'll start to put the pedal down here quick. We're at 10. They say put the foot down. Here they come. We are 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark, it's a legal start. It's a legal start, and Jeff Bernard's dead even with Austin Eckert as they go down to the corner. Eckert's in lane 1. Bernard is in 2. They hit the corner dead even. Eckert with lane position on the inside, but boat speed on the outside to Jeff Bernard. Look for that yellow nose to come by on the outside, but right now it is Austin Eckert running really well down the backstretch. Bernard right with him. You can't hardly see him, but he's hidden right there in the rooster tail. Pateros is running in 3rd, and Christina is, and here comes Bernard on the outside. Jeff Bernard got to pull up alongside as they get to the entrance pit of the corner. How much speed did Jeff take in there? Did he have to go out wide? Doesn't look like it. Eckert's right with him. Jeff's going to hold him in tight, but certainly give him enough lane space. Coming down to complete lap number 1 of 4. It is Jeff Bernard by a boat length over Austin Eckert. 1 up, 1 down, 3 to go. Pateros comes down. He is running in 3rd place. They call him the Biscuit, and he is on the outside running in 3rd. But the race right now is right up front, right there where you want it to be. He did hook. He took a big hop up in the air. He being Austin Eckert, and he is down. The boat took a big hop up in the air, and Austin Eckert has turned the boat to the infield, and he is down. Tough break for the young man. He was running beautifully down there. We still have a green flag on the race course, but right now the heat belongs to Jeff Bernard. Radio man Kip Brown right in front of me lets Jeff Bernard know that he is all alone by himself and that Austin Eckert is not there with him. Austin is okay down there, at least we will assume so. The lid has been popped open on his boat. He is dead in the water down there in the first turn. Jeff Bernard down to the lower corner. He's got 2 laps in the book. He's got 2 to go. Now Chris Pateros is going to try and make up a little bit of ground here on the inside. Remember, that boat from Team Toothpick is a very, very fast race boat, and nobody knows how to drive it any better than young Mr. Pateros. But running down Jeff Bernard at this point would be a handful. Bernard's got his boat running hard down the backstretch. This are 2.5 liter stocks. We got a buoy that has gone flat down there in the corner. They're getting that note to all of the radio guys down here, but they've got a buoy that is deflated down here in the corner. All the drivers are aware of it. The radio men here standing with me on start-finish line have radioed that to their drivers. So as Jeff Bernard comes down and picks up the white flag, as he goes down to the lower corner down here, he's going to find one of the buoys is missing. And Kip will talk him through the corner and make sure he maintains a nice smooth arc, because without that buoy down there, it can mess with your head as to what line you want to take through the corner. But these guys both know it is gone. So it is Bernard 1, Pateros in 2, and the young lady, Christina Wilson, still holding down 3rd place. Austin Eckert in boat number 36 was really putting on a show with Jeff Bernard. He was on the inside, and then down to the lower corner on lap number 2, the boat hooked on him. He is standing on the deck of the boat now. He is apparently okay. So Jeff Bernard, having everything his way, he will come off the upper corner now and come down and look for that big checkered flag on start-finish line. And there's the change. The white goes down. The checkers come up. Here comes Jeff Bernard. Driving a boat he is absolutely no stranger to whatsoever. Jeff Bernard with a fine run. Here comes Pateros. Another good run. They call him Biscuit. Boat just runs so smooth all the time. I just love that boat driven by Chris Pateros. And the lady gave a good accounting of herself. Christina Wilson. She's from back east, came out here, want to see how we do some boat racing, Region 10 style. And I think she'll like it. Nice waters, nice people, great venue. Christina Wilson.